Hey, this is Sean, and here we are for another encouragement blog post, and I'm out in the country just listening to devotions and trying to practice what I preach. And you see here that I decided today to heat up some water and make some coffee out here. And one of the things that I'm realizing during this time of praying and being still, praying and listening, praying and evaluating, is that I want peace in my heart. And I remember doing devotions yesterday. I was reviewing Jeremiah 6:16 that talks about standing at the crossroads, waiting, looking, watching. And when we find the ancient path or find the good way, the challenge was to walk in it. And then I started reading in 2 Chronicles. I was looking at 2 Chronicles 15. And in 2 Chronicles 15, it was sharing that concept of multiple people making a covenant together to follow God. And God was telling them, you engage with me, I'll engage with you. But if you forsake me, then I'll forsake you. And so as we're talking about this peaceful pathway, I want to remind you to enjoy some good cold water, or a hot cup of tea, or a hot cup of coffee, to be still. And in my case, I live in a small town near farmland where we have permission to come out and do devotions in a spot like this. Just watching the sunrise this morning. I was out here a little bit earlier and I was cold. Sun wasn't up yet, and we're just thinking and praying, and when that sun came across the horizon over the trees, and I just stepped out in the sun, and I just thought, just to be in the presence of the sun felt so good. And we need to do that spiritually. It's just be in the presence of the sun. And so as we continue the peaceful pathway process, we're continuing to be still, continuing to listen, continuing to evaluate. And that word evaluate really is a good segue to the next word, which is align. And as we're aligning, the last podcast or actually the last video log and the last blog was about identifying the things that offended you so that you could understand a value and to really be in alignment with your values. And the challenge is for you to have 2 or 4 values. If you want more, that's fine. But to get in alignment, I would also encourage for this one is to start moving towards mission. And as we move towards mission, we're reminded of the Great Commission. And I would encourage you to go read that in Matthew 28. But the short version of that is to follow Jesus. To follow Jesus as we go throughout life. To be a lifelong learner. To identify with Christ. To walk in obedience. So if you don't have a family mission statement, you might consider writing one, or you could check your local church's mission statement out and see if you could use that for your family, or maybe craft your mission statement to be in alignment with that. And I say my final thought on today's encouragement post is that when we're seeking to be in alignment with values and in alignment with mission, it's so important for us to check our motives. To check our motives. Why do we do what we do? And so with that said, let's see if this is any good. Hot coffee on a cold morning. It's in the 40s. I was surprised we were in the 40s when I left the house early this morning. A hot drink on a cold day, letting the sun shine bright on us. Let's allow our personal walk with the Lord to be like this warm sun and this warm cup of coffee. Be encouraged. God bless you today.